welcome everybody to this to the reception, and thank you for coming today. Let me just introduce myself because I don't think everybody knows me. Obviously, I'm Milan, the best man. I know Roger for about 10 years, over 10 years I think. We went to university together, so that means that I know a little bit about him, which it's only fair that I sort of share that with you today. But before we go into that, let me just start by complimenting the ladies here today. They look very nice, especially Helen. Very nice today. Sarah, Barbara, Ingiwa, very nice. And I think it's so nice everybody could make it out today looking well. So I just want to make sure we get the formal stuff out of the way, and then we can sort of go into more about Roger, right? Some of you may not know him too well. Some of you may know him a bit better than I do. So it's only fitting, given the occasion, that I sort of, familiarise Roger to all of you, because I think not so much for yourself also, but maybe just for Helen, in case he's hiding any skeletons that you're not aware of. We can do that all now. And he's got a number of skeletons, so this may go on for a while. So just take a seat and then we'll see. Well, I think there's so many sort of superlatives we can use to describe Roger, and it's tough for me to sort of put them into a few sort of anecdotes for you, but I'll try. And I think the first one that we can really use to describe Roger is he's a very sociable person. It's quite a admirable trait, and I think the best way to sort of give you an example of that is the fact that he's quite a big fan of the Wellington nightclubbing scene, right? And for those that you would know him, he would go almost every week to the same nightclub by himself. The nightclub was called Rain, so you guys from Wellington would know Rain quite well, right? So who's from Wellington, right? So the Rain on Courtney Place, Roger was there every week. So the funny thing was that he never sort of invited any of his friends, which, I don't know, it's quite weird, but that was Roger. So we've got no idea what's going on inside. It was his own sort of version of Cheers. He was there every week, same music, same strangers, but we just sort of didn't say anything about that. So either he was hiding something inside, or he was keeping us out and he's embarrassed of his friends, one or the other, we're not really sure. So, obviously he's a very social person, and I think we can also describe him as a fearless person for going out by himself. So, Helen, I think that's two quite, traits that you can be proud of. I think I should just finish this by also letting you know, Helen, that Rain, around this period, they used to hire off-duty strippers to sort of dance on the front stage to draw the punters in. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I think it may have an influence. Right, Rog? Right? I mean, why go out with old friends when you can make new friends every week, right? Yeah. So, sorry, let me just catch up here. I think another character trait of Roger, and that we can use to describe him, is that he's very passionate. And for those of you who know them well, he's very passionate about basketball, right? He plays basketball, he lives basketball, he studies basketball, he Xboxes basketball. He's basketball all the time, right? And he studies basketball to the point that he knows every NBA player for the last 15 years. So, Helen, I'm sure that'll come in handy, right? All the NBA players. Roger got the rosters down, right? That's good. So, I think more than his passion for basketball, related to that is his passion for basketball clothing, particularly singlets and shoes. I'm not sure how big your closet is, Helen, but he's got every singlet that you could think of, right? So, I think that for Roger, I think having all that clothing is still his sort of way of believing that he'll one day make the NBA. The first New Zealand-born Chinese player in the NBA, but Rog, I think, newly married, wrong side of 30, it's not going to happen. Just got to give up on that one. and the story, or the, Roger's passion for basketball clothing sort of reminds me of a story of quite a few years back. It was about 2003, if you recall, Roger. And I was travelling through Italy at the time. I was going to Italy, my first time in Italy, and I still have fond memories of Italy. It was my first time travelling through there. It was summer. I was single, and it was quite a nice trip. So there's one thing that sticks in my mind about Italy, and it's not the people, it's not the fashion, it's not the food. It's the very beautiful women in Italy. But being the polite friend that I was trying to be, I sort of asked Roger if he wanted anything from Italy, and of course he asked me for basketball singlets of very unknown Italian league clubs. So I spent a great deal of my time going from one sports to another in the company of men, when there are a lot of Italian women outside, looking for basketball singlets for Rog. So I hope you still got those, Rog. I did bring some back for you. So, I got such great memories of that trip, sweaty Italian men selling me singlets. But his passion is something that can't be denied him. So, who can be questioned if it's for singlets and shoes? I hope you've accepted it,